Hey everyone, it's Kristen here for a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. How's everybody doing today? We've got a sale happening over at softflexcompany.com. I'll just pop it up here one more time. 20% off our winter holiday sale. You must enter the coupon code HOLIDAY at checkout. One coupon per order, not valid with any other order discounts, and it ends tomorrow, December 17th, or while supplies last. We have beads in there. We have a brand new trios pack called mistletoe. We have craft wire in there, all of our copper colors. So like blue and red and green and copper and vintage bronze, all of those copper colors are in there on sale in all of the gauges. You've got some bead strands and some bead mixes, all of our holiday charms and ceramic holiday ornament pieces, lots and lots of fun holiday stuff. We are coming down to the wire. Our shipping is super fast. So if you were to buy anything today or tomorrow, you should have everything in time, depending on where you live. But yeah, we're getting down to the end here, aren't we? We've got Damien hanging out in the background, helping me out on Monday. Damien is back from his vacation. I hope you had a really nice time away, Damien. Thomas was here hanging out the last 2 weeks, helping me out, but we're happy to have Damien back. And, oh, let me set up our giveaway. I didn't do that yet. So let me pop over to my giveaway page and set that up before we get going. I'm going to give away a 10-foot spool of soft flex beading wire today in our copper color, because we are going to be talking about Pantone's color of the year, and that's the closest wire color we have to it. Let me go grab the giveaway info and pop it on the bottom of my screen here. There we go. So you just use the hashtag Mocha to be entered to win that giveaway. So have you all seen Pantone's color of the year? Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can take a look. Pop that on there, and awesome. Okay, so here we have Pantone, which is a color company. They influence all things related to fashion and interior design, graphic design. That's how I got to know Pantone colors, was in graphic work, especially doing things in print early on in my career. That was where I went to them. But yeah, they choose a color of the year. Last year was Peach Fuzz for 2024, and this year it's called Mocha Mousse. And I'll just scroll down here so we can see what they were thinking when they chose this color. They were thinking of a warm brown hue that is rich and has the delectable qualities of chocolate and coffee, and answering our collective desire for comfort. Like I said, they do this color of the year program. It engages the design community and color enthusiasts around the world. It's really I think it's a lot of fun. I think it gives us something to kind of hang on to, and you always start to see things in the stores and in fashion and in accessories that use these colors of the year. So they went for a mellow brown for a richness and sensual and comforting warmth, extending further into our desire for comfort and the indulgence of simple pleasures that we can gift and share with others. And if you scroll down even further on here, they do show some ideas in fashion. They give you some color palettes. They're really leaning into the neutrals here. They're leaning into those beiges and safari color, amber, champagne would be great. And then down here, I really loved these colors. I saw that they have like a color called tendril and cornflower blue, which remind me of our fluorite and our tanzanite beading wire colors. I think it's really nice to see those pastels kind of with the soft brown. Gives it a very earthy, comforting, but elegant color palette. And then if you scroll down here, you can see even more color palettes that they put together for you. And then you'll start to see a lot of home products that are being introduced in that colorway as well. So that is our Mocha Mousse. Sherry says it looks like it has a red undertone. It does seem like it has a bit of a warmth to it. Yeah. Helena is kind of disappointed with the color. I am a big brown fan, so I'm totally on board with this color. I just love neutrals. I love browns and I love black together. And that was sort of what I wanted to talk with everybody with today is some colors we could pair with that mocha mousse. Milk chocolate pudding, says Sherry. Yep. Kim is already working on some mocha components, hoping for a better year. So she's starting now to get in on that trend. I agree. Tina says, I saw a video and it made me crave chocolate. The chocolate industry is going to be getting a little bump this year, right? Heather says, I love the neutral. It's very rich. Yeah. I agree. I think it's a really fun color. Natural cottage core. Totally. I mean, I just love earthy things. So it makes me think of dirt and it makes me think of trees, which then can expand to every color in the rainbow, really, because I always feel like, you know, any nature color is going to be complement brown. It's going to be good with greens. It's going to be good with reds. It's going to be good with oranges and blues, just all of the colors. Yeah. Carol says we need someone, a new company to select the color of the year. Ask the beaders. It would be sparkle all day long, wouldn't it? Kelly says it has such a silky chocolate feel. Yes, Pamela, smoky quartz is a gorgeous color, and I think it's going to go really well with your smoky quartz. It's going to go well with your tiger's eye, which that was never really a favorite of mine, but I've actually moved more in alignment with tiger's eye for some reason. So I like it more now than I ever had. Oh, Kim says her daughter named a few of her desserts to match the shades. What a great idea. I love that. I had chocolate last night too, Nancy. We are totally on trend. Kalidi says, I love to eat chocolate. Otherwise, for brown, she designing, she enjoys a metallic bronze. Beautiful. Yeah, vintage bronze is my favorite craft wire, which is currently on sale in our holiday shop. All of the gauges of the copper colors, which will include bare copper, non-tarnished copper, and vintage bronze, as well as some fun colors to play with like red and green and blue. Yeah, Debbie says she likes it paired with other colors, but she likes the other colors to be bright, more summery, or maybe forest colors. Yeah, I do feel like it could really go into that forest magical realm with your designs because of how well it fits with that whole forest thing. Ooh. Yes, picture jasper. Lots of jasper beads have that mocha color in there. So maybe there'll be a lot of people designing with those rich browns. Like petersite, we have some petersite on our website. It's one of Thomas's favorite stones, and that has like dark blues, but then it has that ribbon of brown in there, a little bit of gray too. It's very pretty. Debbie says sparkle is her favorite color. So we just have to take this brown and make it sparkly. Sherry says try it with turquoise and aqua. Totally. Oh, Melanie, just in time. Hopefully, I mean, you'll probably get things pretty delayed because they've been so backed up, but it's nice to know that Canada Post is back in action. Oh my gosh. Okay, so one more thing before I get started, I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to be designing with buttons today with Sam's Bead Shop. We will be doing Merrymakers. I'm one of the designers in their Merrymakers series. You can find the entire series over at Sam's Bead Shop's YouTube channel, and I will be there with a premiere video today at 4 p.m. Pacific time. I'll be hanging out in the chat, and we're going to make a design with buttons, and it really goes well with what we're talking about here today. So I'm excited about that. All right, let's go down to the beading table, see what we are working with. So I pulled out all of these beading wire colors. I've got fluorite, tanzanite, and our copper, which is what I'm going to give away on the video today, our copper metallics copper color in medium diameter when you use that hashtag Mocha. Bone, dark blue lapis, and our black. I feel like these colors might be kind of on trend this year to go with that Mocha Mousse. And then I pulled out, so we've got that. I pulled out some beads that I had in my stash. I've got some dark brown pearls. These are glass pearls in a very dark brown color. I grabbed these, which we have these at softluxcompany.com. They are what shape is this? A drop, an elongated drop. And they're beautiful. They're table cut. They have like a metallic top and bottom, like a kind of a brass, probably antique brass. And these are in black. So pretty. I don't know that we have these anymore. These were on the site and they were also in the Badlands kit, but I pulled this strand out as a maybe. I grabbed these little guys that I made a while ago just to share them again because we're talking about Mocha Mousse and coffee. So we made these on a craft wire video. Coffee and craft wire, I believe. One little coffee cup and then one with all of the little steam coming out of there. And then over here, I have some more glass pearls in a little bit softer brown, not quite as dark, a little lighter brown. And I also pulled together some black fire polish and these really pretty dark blue. I thought that these went together really well. The dark blue and the lighter brown there. But this was the necklace that I put together, just a simply strung one with like an aqua color. with that brown. That was such a cute design. Thanks, Heather. I know, I really like it. I don't know what to do with it, but it just hangs out on my bead table. It's just like a little cutie wire thing that hangs out. Ooh. Kim says she has the garnet. Oh, that would be nice. So I've got here those dark brown beads. I paired them with this aqua color that we had in the Badlands kit. And we also had them for sale for a little while at softflexcompany.com. If you picked them up, you might have them. They're like a little gemmy rondelle. And then in between, I used these square dells. I used these really gorgeous. I think this color is called the Colorado Topaz, light Colorado Topaz in between. And these have a black, blackened look. These are from that Austrian crystal company that shall not be named, but we have some of them in stock. I'll give you, this is what they look like in a little bit larger. So I use the 4mm in here for a smaller look. These are the 8mm, and they've got, this one's got the light blue with the gold plated. I don't even know, is it gold plated or is it, I don't even remember. Or is it a different gold? Really pretty, but that's the larger one. That's the 8mm. There's some 6mm, and then there's lots of 4. It is gold plated. Okay, good. I think it's the toggles that are 18 karat. So here we've got another, I guess I'll just open this up because you can't really see it in the package. Here's another 4mm with the peridot. It's just got, the black is so striking because it's just got like, it's very subtle, the color in between. Let's see if I can get in the light right there. And you got a little bit of that peridot green sticking out, and that's the 4mm size again. So there's peridot, we've got pink. This one is a pink one. And then we've got, this one is another, that same blue that we have here, but with the black. They are rhinestone, and they're called square dells because they're in a square shape instead of in a round shape. They are crystal rhinestone square dells, and they're all on closeout because we've had them for quite a while. Mike had bought an enormous stash of these, enormous. So we've had them for a really long time, and they're actually on sale in our closeout section. So yeah, I think they're, gosh, I don't know what the percentage off it is. Probably at least 20, if not more than that at this point. So we're just going to do a simply strung bracelet. And oh, Angel says she has it a little bit blurry. I did reset my router before I went live today to do my best to make it as clear as possible. So we'll see. I'm not seeing any weird messages on my stream like I was getting before. And I do feel like StreamYard has changed something. I wonder if I can check out settings somewhere else. Camera. And I'm seeing it really clear on my device. So I'm hoping that when it replays back, it is clear because I'm not seeing anything blurry at all on my device. All right, well, I will move slowly and I need to pick a wire color to go with this bracelet. I think I might do the copper. I did the bone the first time around, but I don't love it with the blue. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the copper and restring it on there. I also really love this color in place of the aqua. What do you all think? Should I stick with the aqua or should I change it and see what it looks like with this color? Which is it'll be a little more neutral. Aqua or brown? Darlena made 4 holiday bracelets with already. Awesome. Khalidi says, let's see it in a different color. Okay, cool. So you can see it with aqua here, right? So you can see how that goes. And again, and we'll try it. Let's try it with a different color. And I'm going to just bead right on my spool. And I'm going to cut open these fun little beads here. And this is going to give me more of a brown on brown, more neutral design. So what color is your favorite to pair browns with? I've already shared that I like to keep browns with black. And then also I do seem to have quite a bit with like an aqua or turquoise color. Those seem to be the two I gravitate towards. Dina says, let's try something new. Amber, that's the color I'm looking for. They're more like an amber bead. Yes. Sherry says aqua. Tina says brown. Melanie says turquoise. Carrie says aqua. I think aqua and brown are so pretty together. I'm in agreement. So I'm going to do 2 of these. And then I'm going to string on my dark chocolate, my dark Mocha Mousse bead. And then I'm going to do one of those square dells in that light Colorado topaz color. And then next I will do 3 of these amber beads. And that is looking really pretty. I can see this one match my shirt, I don't know what this is called, a caftan that I have on. Kind of a caftan. Soft pink with chocolate. Ooh, that sounds really pretty. Yeah, I did see like a rose gold with it would be really pretty. I love that idea. That reminds me of those like 1950s sock hop shoe colors. I adored those when I was younger. I really wanted a pair of I think they were pink and brown, weren't they? They also had them in like black and white, but I really liked the pink and brown. Were they brown or were they gray? Were they pink and gray? Clem says she loves pink and brown together too. Yes, I will show the square dell up close again. They are tiny because they are 4 mm. So before I put the next one on, this one is black. And we also have them in gold and some in silver. Because they're in closeout, it just depends on the color. If you can get the silver ones still. I think we have a couple left. And then this is the light Colorado topaz rhinestone. Oh, Nancy says it was pink and brown. Pink and brown was very popular when she was little in the 50s and 60s. Yeah, I always loved those. I never had a pair, but I always wanted a pair. Thought they were so cute. Saddle shoes, right? That's what they were. Who had a pair of saddle shoes? Rustic Dragonfly says hers were black and white saddle shoes growing up. By the time she got old enough to go to sock hops, it was in the 80s. Kalita says they'll like a 2-hole tile. It's not 2 holes though. It's just 1 hole. But size wise, it's like a tile because it is a square. Shape wise, I should say. One of our employees, who's no longer with us at Softlex Company, she did a bracelet with these square dells years and years ago. And it was like a super simple, just fire polish and then the square dells in between. And it was forever our most popular like image on Pinterest and project for our blog, years and years and years, because it was so simple, but it was so elegant looking. And it had, I think they were clear, or maybe they were like a little bit of a clear gray fire polish. And then it had the, like a purpley tanzanite square dell rhinestone in between. And so, forever so popular. I think it just was like such a classic design. Liz says if you were born in the 50s, you had a pair. Terry says her mom brought her home a pair of saddle shoes in purple and yellow. Oh, wow. They were the ugliest shoes ever. I think she was colorblind. They were probably on clearance. Being a mom that shops the sales, my kids probably would have ended up with some purple and yellow saddle shoes. Oh, that's funny. Hermie had black and white and light brown and white. Oh, so light brown, Mocha Mousse and white would bring back that saddle shoe vibe, wouldn't it? Lori's assuming she had a pair. She can't remember. Darlena had black and white ones. Yes, Buster Brown shoes. My mom used to take us to Buster Brown. And that was probably in the 80s. I remember Buster Brown shoes. Back to school, we would all get a new pair. I think they lasted a while. I think that was a big part of their draw, wasn't it? Clem says, as she got older, it became the trend to put dimes in your loafers instead of pennies. Very sparkly. Of course, you were sparkling at a young age, weren't you? Beat It with Nicole says, I love those spacers. Yeah, they are really pretty. We've used them in quite a few projects over the years. I'm sure we have a blog out there. Maybe Damien can find a link that has like a bunch of squared L projects on it. What do I do here? I've got this one where the thing is, the original stuff is stuck on there in the middle. Let's see if I can grab it with my chain nose pliers. I don't know that I have a beading awl. I do have a pair of tweezers. I need you. I need this one. I have to get this. There we did I get it? Ah! It's almost like I cut it just so close to the bead that I cannot get it, this little piece out. Maybe I can use my cutters to get in there. Pair of some craft wire will probably help me out in this predicament. Let's see. Terry says the metallic wire is so pretty. I do love our metallic colors. And I think you can get away with copper or, yeah, that worked. So I just popped it out with the craft wire. Craft wire to the rescue. Do I have antique brass here? Oh, I do. Yeah. So I have antique brass too, but it's a little bit, it's not as on the brown side, in my opinion, as the copper is. So we're going to end it with 2 of those beads there. Ooh, I like this. That is a fun color. Oh, did you get an idea for some different beads? Awesome. Beading with Nicole says this gives me an idea for my jade rondelle beads. Yes, a head pin would have done the same thing. That was a good suggestion. All right, I'm just going to move my beads down so that I can roll up. Look at me working on the spool today. This is when I'm okay with working on a spool, is when I have a very simply strung project that is a bit symmetrical and something I don't have to kind of take beads on and off with as much. That's when I tend to work on a spool. And I know a lot of you out there like to do that too. So now for the findings, I had used the black on the first one. And I didn't love it with the bone. I'm thinking I'm going to switch to copper. I think I'm going to switch to copper crimps and a copper toggle. And that will go nicely with my copper beading wire. And just a simple lobster clasp today. I always have those on hand because we always put them in the kit. So I always have them kind of right at the ready. But you can always change it up and do a different clasp if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and add my clasp on this end and then take my wire back through my crimp. This is a 2x2 millimeter copper crimp tube. Our copper crimp tubes tend to be a little bit thicker on the wall, so sometimes you can't get as much wire through. And like this got 2 strands in. If I was trying to get 3 strands, I think it would be a little tough with the copper. Whereas any of the other metal tones, you can easily get 3 strands in. However, where this excels is if you struggle with a magical crimping plier, I always feel like the copper is a really nice one to practice with because the wire is really in there. It's a lot fuller. And I think it makes it a little bit easier. So if you struggled with the magical crimping pliers, try them with the copper crimp tubes and see if you can get a handle on it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and place that crimp tube right in the center notch of my magical crimping pliers and give that a good squeeze. What that will do will pinch all 4 corners of that crimp. That's how I know I was in the middle. I'm going to turn it 90 degrees, place it right back in that notch. There's like a half circle notch on each side of that magical crimping plier, and give it another squeeze. And now I'm just going to roll it in there, being careful not to let it come out of that little notch a few times. And then my crimp is nice and rounded and pretty. And then I trim off the excess and slide my beads down. And then I'll go ahead and cut this free from the spool on this side. Now on this side, I'm going to make my bracelet into the circular shape so that I know my beads all have space to move. And then I'll go ahead and what I mean by that is don't lay it out flat. If you were to crimp it flat like this, you're going to find you can't bend the bracelet. You'll put too much tension on the crimp, and then that will lead to it breaking or not even being able to go all the way around. So you want to make sure to put your bracelet in a round position. Add your crimp. Ugly crimps are still good crimps if they're nice and secure. You can always cover it with a crimp cover, or you can always, I think the nice thing about having the wire and the crimp be close in color is helps it disappear a little bit. Yeah, these crimps are tight. So I even am using a pair of pliers to help get my wire through. And then I'm going to just make a little loop so that I can connect my clasp right to it. And I'm going to go ahead and crimp here. And you'll see I do have a little bit of space. Again, you want there to be movement. You want there to be a little bit of space next to your crimp. Not too much space, but a little bit. And then you can trim off that excess wire. And hopefully this fits me just perfectly because I matched the first example. Sometimes like to add a little charm too to make it a little easier to clip it in. There we go. Ta-da! So pretty. So pretty, and this is definitely a much more neutral look than the example picture in which I used this really pretty blue, and that gave it a lot more contrast with the brown. And of course, it matches me today because I love to make jewelry that matches me. How about you? I always end up making something that matches. So I thought this would be a really fun earring with the dark brown and the black. That could be very elegant. You could even add something in between that's a little sparkly, like that sparkly bead, or you could try adding a pop of color in between like that. That could be really fun. And speaking of browns and blues, I think that's such a great combination too, that softer brown with the dark blue. Speaking of browns and blues, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the design I'm going to do with Sam's Bead Shop. It's already been recorded and it's going to premiere at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I'll be hanging out in the chat with you. But here is a little sneaky peek. I think I'm allowed to show you now because it's happening today. So this one is from their Sam's Bead Shop's December box, and it's got all of these gorgeous blues and browns in there as well. So that goes really well with my Mocha Mousse design ideas today. So pretty, and you shouldn't have any problems with it being blurry because it's a pre-recorded video, not a live video. So you can find it over at Softlex Company's YouTube channel as well as Sam's Bead Shop's channel. I'll be on at 4 p.m. Pacific time today, showing you how to design that 2-strand bracelet with a button closure. I know that blue and brown is so, so pretty, which is kind of why I didn't do it for today's video, because I was like, well, I'm already showing blue and brown a little bit later. But look at how nice that looks with that blue squared L and that brown bead. And then you could have this blue in there too. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I definitely feel like the brown and blue was the most common color combination you all liked when I asked on the Softlex VIB Studio group. I'm going to pop you back up to me here. Speaking of the Softlex VIB Studio group, Dana made a gorgeous wire beaded tree, little Christmas tree, and she put those little ornaments that we have for sale, the ones that you get in the ugly sweater kit, and then we also have some at softluxcompany.com, as well as some other of the holiday teeny tiny beads on there. It's so cute. And I put it in today's email. So if you get our email newsletter, you'll see a picture of that by Dana right in there. It's just so, so great. I love it so much. And it was definitely what I envisioned when I saw all those little ornaments that we had for sale, that somebody had to do a little beaded tree, and Dana went ahead and did that. So go check it out if you're over in the Softlex VIB Studio Facebook group. You can find it there, and if you're not in there, come join us. It's a great group. Dana says, "Aw, thanks for the shout out." Oh my gosh, it was so cute. I had to put it in today's email. I hope you don't mind. It just was so adorable and exactly what I was thinking when I was like, we have all these ornaments. Somebody needs to make a little beaded tree. I love it. All right, so last chance to add in the hashtag Mocha and enter to win a spool of our metallic Softlex beading wire. I agree, Liz. Says Dana's tree is so magical and wonderful. Oh, yay, Heather. Heather says, I sold my ugly sweater necklace this weekend at market days. Woo woo. I wore all of my ugly sweater and the JGB Winter Workshop jewelry to a virtual holiday party with some of my art friends. And they told me I was the most sparkliest and festive of the day. So that was really great. I had like 3 necklaces on and the Santa earrings we all made together. It was really cute. Sarah says she loves that tree. I know, that tree was great. You got quite a few comments from our coworkers, Dana, because they all get to look at the email newsletter before we send it out. And quite a few people said how much they loved your tree. Sarah says, of course you were. I know, I was covered in that, in the green and red. There were like 3 necklaces that I had on. Oh, that's so wonderful to hear. I'm glad that you guys had a great turnout. Rustic Dragonfly Design said her last event this weekend had an amazing turnout. Small church, so festive. Wonderful. That makes me happy. I love when people shop markets and shop small and buy from makers. So, so great to hear that you had a good event. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our giveaway tool here. Bring that up. We've got 67 of you. Have to represent Team Twinkle. Yeah, for sure. All right, here we go. You must be here to win. If I call your name, let me know in the comments that you're here. We'll give you a few minutes. We know there's a little bit of a lag. And if you don't let us know in a few minutes, then I will have to choose a new winner and the first person will forfeit their prize. So good luck, get ready. Here we go. Who is it gonna be today? Kimberly Hayes over on Facebook. Hooray, Kimberly. Oh, she's just commented. So you are definitely here. Awesome. Congratulations, Kimberly. Please send us an email at info@softflexcompany.com and let us know your shipping address and we will get your prize out in the mail to you. Woohoo! Congratulations. Well, this has been a lot of fun today. I think my camera righted itself at some point. It felt like it got a little bit better as the stream went on. Thank goodness. And I can't wait to see what all of you do with your Mocha Mousse designs in the coming year. A couple of my favorites I've got. This one is one that a friend made for me with green and brown and a little bit of blue there at the bottom. Thought that was a fun combination. This one is one I did with sort of, I don't know, what color would you call this? Aqua? I think that's aqua. So aqua and brown with a little bit of some like corally pieces up here. I love that necklace. I wear that all the time. Here's a really fun one we did together with macrame, and we used some brown beads with yellow and turquoise. And that's a great color combo. That feels a lot more summery. Of course, we've got this one we made today, which has those amber beads and the light Colorado topaz squaredels along with the dark brown. And then the one I have on today was, again, another one with blue. So this is my little treasure necklace. I've got a lot of aqua. I've got some dark blue beads in there and a couple of these ammonite beads with some red, like a, maybe like a garnet red, like a deep red. And that's what I used in this necklace. So themes like blues and teals, aqua with brown is quite popular because I have that in these three. This one also has blue. And then the brand new bracelet that we're going to make over on Sam's Bead Shop today is blue and brown. So that definitely seems to be the color combo that I gravitate toward the most. Ooh, yes. Heather says a Picasso mustard would look really nice. I agree. Thanks, Kolidi. I love my treasure necklace too. It's one of my favorites. And I got to use a gazillion jump rings. You know how Sarah always says I have so many jump rings. I use them as spacers in this little catch-all down here. So put a ton of jump rings on there. I like how they add a little movement and texture. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me today and talking with me about Mocha Mousse. I look forward to seeing you all in the chat again later today at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Again, you can watch it over at Sam's Bead Shop, but it's also going to be premiering live on Softflex Company's YouTube channel as well. So either or, I'm going to try and be both places, have them both up. So I will, Kelly is asking what our email is. It's info, INFO, at Softflex Company, companies all spelled out, .com. Thanks, everybody. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you. I'm glad you like some of the extra design examples too. We've got Christy Friesen on Wednesday hanging out with Sarah. We sent her some really fun, colorful beads to play with. So be sure to check them out on the 18th at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And of course, everything will be available on replay if you don't catch us live. Happy holidays, and I will see you again next Monday for a new episode of Free Spirit Beading at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And lastly, before I go, I'm just going to flash that winter holiday sale up one more time. You must enter the coupon code HOLIDAY, shopping at softflexcompany.com. Everything in our holidays category is included in this sale. You must enter that coupon code HOLIDAY. It's one coupon per order. It's not valid with any other order discounts. It ends tomorrow, December 17th, or while supplies last. All right. Bye, everybody. See you next week. Actually, see you this afternoon, and then I'll see you next week. Bye.